Hello guys and welcome to another video. It's me, Ezio. Oops, wrong game. As you guys can tell by the name of this channel, I'm a huge sucker for nostalgia, and one game which I love and adore is Assassin's Creed. Not this one though. One of my favorite Assassin's Creed game as a teen was Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. I know, most of you guys wouldn't even have heard of it, or for those who know it, you may not have liked it. Well, for me, it was my first Assassin's Creed game which I played, and it was very special. I loved that Middle Eastern setting from this one and Assassin's Creed 1 a lot. So when I heard that Ubisoft had announced Mirage as a return to the roots and Middle Eastern setting, I was fully sold. I heard a lot of mixed reviews on Mirage and was really curious as to what went wrong. So thought of trying it for myself and obtaining that platinum, cause why not? Mirage has a total of 51 trophies, of which there are 34 bronze, 15 silver, 1 gold, and finally that shiny platinum. Everything looked quite straightforward in terms of the trophy department, except for a couple of things which slowed down my progress and really bugged me, but more on that later. For now, let's jump into the streets of Venezia. Oops, Baghdad. We start the game with a cutscene where we hear William Miles praising Basim. Cut to Basim having a nightmare about a mummy kind of creature known as Genie. We wake up and see our friend Nihal, who's trying to calm us down. We see that we have received a request from the assassins, who are also known as the hidden ones in this game. We loaf around the town with our friend Nihal, who teaches us some basic parkour, how to be a good thief, and petting a cat. We meet Dervish, who gives us our dream contract, which requires us to steal a ledger for the hidden ones. After completing the request, we meet Roshan, who pays us for a job well done. Roshan is after this treasure chest, but won't let us join on this venture. Since we are dying to join the assassins and all, we decide to go on and steal the treasure to impress the assassins. What a desperate guy. We go with Nihal to the Caliph's palace. Sneaking through the corridors, we see the treasure and the Templars, or should I say the Order of the Ancients, or Cult of Cosmos, who are basically controlling the Caliphate. We touch the artifact when no one is watching and it gives us visions. While we are high on life, the Caliph tries to stop us and our friend stabs him to death. We escape the palace and are in hiding while the whole city is after us. Roshan offers us a second chance and an escape from the city. Going back to our neighborhood, we see all our friends dead and basically tell Nihal to fuck off. We sneak past most of the guards and make an escape towards the docks, which gets us our first trophy. However, we end up getting caught at the docks and Roshan saves us and we escape the city thanks to her. Fast forward 2 months, we are in Alamut and are getting trained to become just like
me, Ezio Auditore!
We learn some more game basics and are on the night patrol with our assassin buddy when we see some mercenaries who are planning to attack us. We take care of these goons and find out that they are from Baghdad. Our buddy is sent to Baghdad while we remain in Alamut learning to become a better assassin. Time flies and we do end up becoming one and signing up the contract by chopping off our ring finger. Nu returns to Alamut and we find out that Ali, our ally in Baghdad, is captured by the Order, and we along with Roshan and Fulad make way to Baghdad to free the city from the Order and unlock our second trophy, and there comes that classic Ubisoft intro. Say what you will, but I love the main soundtrack theme of this game. It really gives me that Middle Eastern style vibe. And thank God it's not a recycled version of that Ezio family theme. Roshan asks us to join her in the city bureau while we are free to loaf around the town. I'm one of those players who likes to reveal pretty much everything in these kind of games before moving on to the main story, so I was trying to see what the game had to offer. Honestly, I must say that this city looks really gorgeous, and I don't know, but the setting just works so much better than a huge ass open world environment. The parkour is somewhat clunky when comparing it with Assassin's Creed 1 to Brotherhood Revelations, but so much more better than the likes of Odyssey. The combat is very bare bones with parry to kill, and it kind of feels spongy and incomplete at times, but I get it because this game's not about the combat and focuses more on stealth, which works pretty good. Like again, it's not the best stealth in the world, but I had quite a lot of fun trying out all the different tools, which we'll discuss in a bit. Anyway, we unlock a true hidden one next for assassinating 10 guards in a row without triggering a fight. Mirage has a notoriety system where, similar to older games, you can bribe guards and remove posters to become incognito. just like my game. When the meter becomes full though, we get chased by this buffed up enemy who can heal, parry and throw knives at us. Basically our copy. I knew that there would be a trophy for killing him, which there was, and I unlocked it. Damn, is this game trying to pay a tribute to the old Prince of Persia Shadow in the Flame? We then go on a trophy collecting spree while just free roaming through the city and completing side activities. We unlock Treasure Seeker for opening a chest which used a green token. Mirage has some short side stories going around the town, and completing our first story gets us crossing paths. Up next we get Potion Collector for obtaining 10 elixirs, Poster Boy for becoming incognito by just tearing posters, Fashion Statement for dyeing an outfit, Hands of a Thief for pickpocketing 50 people, Surprise for assassinating 10 guards from hiding spots. I really like this bench assassination animation, like look at him, he puts the guy down so nicely. I really like headshotting enemies with the throwing knives, like it is so overpowered in this game. Headshotting 20 enemies got me the title of Headhunter. I was randomly roaming around completing optional activities when the notorious trophy popped up for staying at a max notoriety for 10 minutes. I then moved on to removing all this extra heat with the help of a Munadi, which unlocked Spread the News. Just to clarify, I wasn't going out of my way to unlock these trophies, and they were unlocking naturally while I progressed, which is my favorite way of unlocking trophies anyway. It just feels so much more satisfying. Okay, with all that extra detour out of the way, we finally go to the Assassin Bureau, which really made me all nostalgic. Roshan tells us about Beshi, one of Ali's closest allies, who can help us find Ali. So we are off again in his search. Well, not right away, but surely after some more detouring around the city. Since we are a master thief and all, it took us no time in collecting about 2007 dirhams, which gets us Hoarder. 2007 dirhams, huh? I wonder what came in 2007. We finally find and meet Beshi and help him free his allies. Turns out that Al Ghul was the one behind Ali getting caught and Noor fleeing the city. We then meet another of Noor's contacts in the city, who turns out to be Dervish, our old thieving contractor who's helping the rebellion now. We finally get the location where Ali is being held, and we are off to save him. We take the help of a merchant to get inside the prison, do some social stealth walk amongst the prisoners and free Ali for good. We finally know who our target is and what he looks like, and we're off with Roshan to take out our first target. Honestly, I really like the cutscene before every assassination, where we get to see a bit of the area and about the target. Kinda reminds me of the Hitman games. Anyway, we do the usual stuff like blending in the crowd, luring our target out and assassinating him. The only twist this time was that we see the Jinni again after that first kill, which shakes Basim to the core. We discuss this with Roshan, who tells us to heal our wound by finding Nihal, and we also get another story trophy here. After this mission, we unlock some good old assassination contracts. I loved these as they really did remind me of the old bureau contracts from Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and also the fact that these had that optional constraints which can be done to gain some extra brownie points. We also upgraded our tools, cause why not? I really like this poison knife throw, which also melts down the target once they die. I know it's not realistic, but was really fun to use. Up next, we get Fearless for synchronizing all the checkpoints, Eagle Eyes for killing 75 guards with throwing knives. Damn, I really didn't know that I had killed that many with headshots. Silencer for destroying a horn to stop the guard from calling backup, Thick Skin for fully upgrading an outfit, Curio Collector for collecting all of Dervish's treasure items, Defender of People for completing 10 contracts, Street Cleaner for hiding 5 bodies in the bales of hay. Back into the main story, we meet our friend Nihal, who's after the mysterious symbol from the start of the game, and we unlock some more side content in the form of finding these mysterious shards which are carried by Order members. Basically, one of the grind related trophies in this game, Explorer, has us collect and complete pretty much all the open world side content like collecting treasures, lost books, enigmas, shards, etc. So I was on to pretty much everything as I discovered new areas. Luckily, it didn't feel like a big grind as I was really enjoying it. And no, Ubisoft didn't make me say that. We go back to the bureau finally to show off our bloody feather and unlock a new tool, Sleep Darts. which I upgraded to max right away. Another thing which I really liked in this game was the tool customization, where you can modify and adjust these tools to better suit your style. While testing out the sleep dart, I stole a shard from a sleeping enemy which unlocked you snooze, you lose. We then tried the Alibaba bonus content, which was a nice added mission, and it was fun to hear.
افتح يا سمسم.
Comment down below what was the phrase in your language. Up next, we unlocked Sleep Tight for putting 10 guards to sleep, found all the shards and unlocked the sci-fi Izu armor. At this point, pretty much everything I collected was kinda without a guide, so I started checking out what was left and what can be achieved next, where I stumbled across Riddle Me This, which is for solving an enigma. I was like, whoa. I didn't know that we needed to solve those. I thought they're just collectibles, so I went on solving the enigmas next, which unlocked some outfit dyes and talismans. Oh, and I got the trophy by the way. We then get Dawn and Dusk for passing time 5 times sitting on a bench. The next unlock was Unstoppable for killing 5 guards using the Assassin Focus ability. Okay, let me address the elephant in the room here, which is the Assassin Focus ability, which can be a turn off point for a lot of classic fans. Basically, this ability lets us freeze time and select multiple targets and assassinate them in a flash. I personally wasn't a fan of this when I first saw it in the gameplay demo, but I really enjoyed this ability. Like, I understand why a lot of people hate it. It's really stupid because it practically breaks the game. In some cases where you can assassinate someone, then teleport out of the area, can teleport out of midair, but it also lets us perform some really creative stealth segments. All in all, I come from India where we have some movies doing this. So I'm pretty okay with this ability in the game, and personally I really enjoyed it. So that's that, I guess. Okay, so I saw another kinda complicated and annoying trophy which makes us remain in an open conflict for about 10 minutes. So I went on to a guard, phone called a friend, and just kept on countering the guard till I unlocked that trophy. We also unlocked Cutting Edge for fully upgrading a weapon. Back to the main story, our main task is to go around different bureaus around the several districts and rid them of the outer leaders. We go near the Grand Bazaar district where we meet Rebecca and Roshan, who tells us about the grand auction event which is going to take place soon, where our next target might be, but we don't know their identity, so we are off again. The loop of the story is pretty much the same here. We don't know who our target is, we investigate and make a plan, find opportunities to get the target and take them down. Very basic, but I didn't get too bored, so I guess it worked for me. While searching for our target, we ended up taking the help of some mercs, which gets us Patron of Sellswords, and also got Birds of Prey for tagging 100 enemies with the eagle vision and not the eagle vision, if you get what I mean. We still don't know our target, but at least we had an invitation to the auction and are hoping to find someone shady there who's looking for a rare hairpin. We go to the bazaar to do some more digging and participate in the auction, bidding the highest for the hairpin, and now know who the target is. Okay, this is where I low-key encountered a buggy moment in the story. Like I said earlier, I'm that kind of a player who likes to unveil the whole area before playing through the main quest, and had already unlocked all the shortcuts in the bazaar area. However, in this mission, we are required to formally gain the entry to the target's chambers through obtaining a token. I wasn't able to find the token initially and just went through the unlocked way, and well, there was just a guard and the target there, and they basically did not give a fuck about my existence. So I had to do it the other way around. Anyway, moving forward, I took out my target, unlocking another trophy, and escaped the bazaar. We go back to the bureau, returning the feather, and lie to Roshan about not seeing the genie again. Liar. And unlock all the tools and upgrade them to max, unlocking Tools of Trade. The next story mission takes us to the House of Wisdom, where we are searching for our missing friend who can help us find the order member in the area. I was using all the tools as much as I could since I knew there were trophies associated with using them, and I unlocked Up in the Smoke for using the smoke bomb 20 times, Patron of Arts for using the singers 5 times to distract guards, Ambush for using trigger traps on 10 guards, Attention Seeker for distracting 10 guards with noisemakers. Back in this story, story, we figure out that the old man we met earlier at the start of the investigation is our target and we are off to take him out. According to one of the guides, there is a missable trophy in this game which is Masquerader for obtaining 2 costume disguises in the game, one of which can be found in this mission. The target is alerted by our presence and has gone into hiding underground. We get the key to the secret basement and head there with haste. In the basement area, we find the costume which basically makes us look like a patient. We go to participate in the target's experiment and assassinate him, getting another trophy. Up next, we go to the third bureau where we see Ali and Fulad having an argument and figure that the next target is after Ali's men. Now this is where I encountered a game-breaking bug which was really frustrating. Basically, we need to travel with Ali to an area and he just won't fucking move. Like, I tried reloading multiple saves and restarting the game so many times, but he just won't move at all whatsoever. I had a backup save, but it would mean that I would have to go back quite a lot on my progress. I tried to search for fixes online but couldn't find anything on this. Honestly, sometimes it's just one bad moment like this which can ruin the whole game for you. I figured out online that sometimes shopkeepers don't talk and the best way to make them talk is by hitting them. So I literally tried my best to beat the shit out of Ali. And when the sword slash didn't work, I started throwing bombs at him. And he finally started running around and went to this area where him and his horse were kind of dead. And then I repeated the bomb throwing process again and again till he ended up where he was supposed to be. Honestly, I was super happy that it all worked out, but was kind of also fearing what if this kind of shit happens again. Anyway, the next few missions were okay and we also unlocked Patron of Industry for paying 5 merchant groups. But again, I encountered another bug where we had to pick up a key, but the key was nowhere to be found even when we are standing right next to its location. This was a known bug and it occurs when you pick up the key while free roaming. Well, the fix for this was just to go near the key pickup location and going back to the door which it was supposed to unlock and unlock the door. Okay, so with that bugginess out of the way, we figure out who our next target is and know that he has captured Beshi. We go with Ali to take out our next target and see Beshi getting killed and Ali waging a war against the guards. We use this distraction to get in and take out the target, unlocking another story trophy. We go back to the main bureau and figure it's time to find the leader of the order, who's probably somewhere in the round city. Okay, now this is where the story missions got really interesting. In one of the investigations, we acquire a eunuch's attire, getting Masquerader, for obtaining both the story costumes. After completing the investigation, Roshan wants to take out the target by herself, to which Basim begs. We get serving the light for reaching the rank of a master assassin. We infiltrate the palace with the help of Ali's allies, find the last lost book, getting Explorer because I had explored and collected pretty much everything by this point of time, and find our target after solving a basic puzzle. Our target's the lady that we meet in the auction mission and kind of brainwashes us into believing that we are special and heir to all the ancient knowledge and artifact lying underneath Alamut when Roshan kills her. We have a quarrel with Roshan and we flee the area, getting another trophy. Okay, so before moving forward in the game, I wanted to complete all the trophies such that when the final story trophy pops up, I get the platinum too. So I made a list of what was left in my way of getting that shiny platinum. Self-improvement, scholar, gifted escapist, blade in the crowd, balkulun mumkin. After finishing the last mission, I had enough skill points needed to unlock the final skill in the skill tree, which gets us self-improvement. Since we also collected all the books, we went back to El Jahiz and delivered them, getting the rank of a scholar. Getting gifted escapist was a bit annoying since I didn't see a lot of scaffolding structures while playing through the game normally. I found a couple in the city and kept destroying them and fast forwarding time via bench test. Doing this a good 5 to 10 times got me the trophy. For the blade in the crowd, again I had to go out of my way and find a walking group, but this time instead of taking the enemies one by one, I just used the assassin focus ability instead, which got me the trophy. Finally, we go back to Alamut with Nihal and see that it's under attack. We get attacked and Noor saves us. The poor soul passes away though, and we make sure that we get his revenge. We free our friends and mentor and go after the hidden chamber that the guards are searching for, where we get stopped by Roshan. We fight Roshan and kick her ass for good. We go in the ancient chamber, and well, I don't know how to best explain what happened inside. But long story short, we put the genie back in the bottle. We become the assassin mentor's new favorite, and Roshan is fired.
You're fired.
And we get the final story trophy and that shiny platinum. All in all, I would say that this is not the best Assassin's Creed game, but also not the worst one. As a fan of the old games, this was way better of an experience for me when comparing it with the RPG games. And the game pretty much did what it promised, especially for that price point. Also, I think sometimes a 7 on 10 experience is way better than a 10 on 10 one. Well, if you watched the video till this point, then do let me know if you like the video by liking, subscribing, leaving a comment, and of course let me know what you think about the game and if you have any recommendation for future videos. With that, I'll take my leave. Arrivederci and requiescat in pace.